Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Jadon Sancho is undergoing his medical with Manchester United today. Manchester United agreed a £73 million fee with Borussia Dortmund for Sancho. There was £5 million in add-ons. Jadon Sancho agreed a 5-year contract with Man United. There's an option of a further year. Sancho will receive around £250,000 a week at Man United. I think he's going to be wearing the number 7 shirt. What a great signing though Jadon Sancho is. The reasons he's a good signing is because he'll dramatically improve us. He's good at scoring goals, he's good at creating chances, he's predominantly a right winger, he's got a very good friendship with Marcus Rashford, so that's very beneficial. So they are the reasons. At long last, the Jadon Sancho transfer saga has come to a conclusion, because we was in for Sancho for like the last 2 years or so. He was our #1 priority target last summer, but the reason we didn't get Sancho last summer is because we was reluctant to meet Borussia Dortmund's £108 million valuation, who was only willing to pay so much up front. But I knew there was always something in Sancho to Man United, because it was stemming from reliable journalists. You know, Fabrizio Romano spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too did Christian Fark from Bild. Sancho did endure 4 years with Borussia Dortmund. He did have a contract with them until 2023. Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City. Romano did mention that we'll do something for Sancho's official announcement in the coming days. Now, hopefully, Rafael Varane is going to be our next signing. Rafael Varane's move to Manchester United edges closer. A swap deal is being discussed. It says we're willing to offer Paul Pogba or Donny van de Beek as part of the deal for Varane. Rafael Varane is planning to travel to Manchester after his current holiday. Sky Sports did say yesterday that Man United have been given permission to approach Rafael Varane over the personal terms. Man United are close to agreeing the personal terms for Varane. We want to get Varane for £50 million, but I think Real Madrid are demanding more. Fabrizio Romano said the other day that Man United is still awaiting Real Madrid's response on the Rafael Varane approach, and he says both clubs still remain in talks. Over the defender. And he said Man United have had direct contact with Real Madrid regarding Varane. Varane said that he wants his move sorted within the next 2 weeks. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. Varane's current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. We went in for Varane 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Varane has been a long-serving player at Real Madrid. He's been with them over 10 years. He's made 360 appearances in all competitions, and he's won like 18 major honours at Real Madrid, so he's got a good pedigree as a player. He's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. Eduardo Camavinga is another player that Manchester United are trying to get. I am expecting Man United to endure a very good summer transfer window, because I am convinced that Solskjaer's going to get all the players he wants to recommend in. And I said it's very imperative that Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. It's about time Solskjaer got the backing he deserves, because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. I think Solskjaer said he wants to make 4 signings in this summer transfer window. So far we've made 2 signings in this summer transfer window. We brought Tom Heaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa, and we also brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. But our board did say they'll back Solskjaer with summer signings and a new 3-year contract. And before the summer transfer window opened, it said Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. Next season is going to be massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. You know, it's very imperative that we start off next season strongly, because if we start off next season badly, then Solskjaer will be under pressure. I think next season Solskjaer's decision making's got to improve, because in a lot of the games he's managed so far at Man United, he's been tactically naive. I think he's got to win a trophy next season, because obviously if he wins a trophy, that will be an achievement. Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago now. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. I think Solskjaer now knows his best 11 with Jadon Sancho here. He'd know his best 11 with Raphael Varane, you know, if he came in. Obviously Solskjaer will rotate next season. He'll probably try different formations next season. Ole's actually gone a lot with that 4-2-3-1 formation though, since he got appointed in as Man United manager. Next season will be Solskjaer's 3rd full season. At the moment, Ole's endured 2 full seasons at Man United. I think Ole is our best manager since Ferguson, despite me criticising him a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. He's brought consistency back in certain aspects. You know, there is United fans that are Ole in, but there's also United fans that are Ole out, especially with that loss against Villarreal in the Europa League final last season. But I think he does need more time. I think he does deserve at least next season. I think it's a mistake giving him that new contract, because I kind of sure he won't see it out. You know, Ollie has been in charge of Man United now for 31 months almost. That's over 2 years. I am surprised he's still Manchester United manager. But he's Manchester United manager still because he's a club legend. That's what's basically saved him. But you know, these quite a lot of things I've got to credit Ollie for. When he got appointed in as Man United manager, he assured everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players, and more or less everybody has been given their chances. Solskjaer has made good signings as Man United manager. He has spent over £300 million now. Must have brought a good 14-15 players in. He's got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he's come in. You know, in Ollie's first full season, he got us to 3 semi-finals and got us a 3rd place finish. In his second full season, he got us to the Europa League final, the FA Cup quarter-final, the EFL Cup semi-final. Last season got us a 2nd place finish. And last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. That was a record. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. And when he got appointed in as Man United manager, he knew it was going to be a massive job despite knowing the culture of the club. And he knew he had a lot to do. And in general, I think Ollie has done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. So they are the positives. When we have been inconsistent, not all of the blame has stemmed from Ollie. Obviously, he's accountable for certain things. You know, like I said, certain players had had to take responsibility. Because these players at Man United that are not good enough to represent the club. The board, you know, they've got to be accountable as well because they've been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. A lot of United fans have been demanding the Glazers out. A lot of United fans were protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford towards the end of last season because the Glazers have put us in so much debt. I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. The Glazers have been at Man United for 16 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. Woodward, you know, he's been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. Woodward is leaving Manchester United. Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. You know, Solskjaer's ambition next season is to win the Premier League. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. I'm expecting Man United to offload players in this summer transfer window. So reflecting on that will generate money. Now, De Gea, he could leave Man United in this summer transfer window. There again, he could stay for next season. He said not so long ago that De Gea could be loaned out by Man United next season to make room in the goalkeeping department. De Gea said he's determined to fight for his future. I think De Gea is set for talks with Solskjaer over his future because the Euros are now finished. ESPN said that De Gea is unsure on Solskjaer's final decision. De Gea said as well not so long ago he's convinced he'll stay at Man United and be Solskjaer's number one for next season. You know, if we sell De Gea in this summer transfer window, I reckon we'd get from between 40 to 50 million pounds. De Gea is still a world-class goalkeeper despite him making a lot of mistakes in the last couple of years. De Gea's been long serving at Man United. He's endured 10 years at the club. and he's had 8 good years out of the 10 years he's been here. De Gea's got 2 years left on his current contract. He's on 375 grand a week. He's won everything domestically at the football club. He's made over 500 appearances for us in all competitions, and he was our number 1 for such a long time. We're loaning Brandon Williams out. The last time I read up about Brandon Williams, it said that he's close to joining Southampton on loan. It's the right decision to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities, because Williams seldom plays for us. He's our 3rd choice left back. Williams made 14 appearances last season, 5 of them were on his starts. The season before last though, he made 36 appearances. Phil Jones, I'm expecting us to offload him in this summer transfer window. I don't want him to remain at Man United for next season, because Phil Jones has always been inconsistent. He was out of injury for a while last season. He doesn't get in our 11. Jones is the only outfield player that's still here from the Ferguson era. Being long-serving player at Man United, he's endured 10 years at the club. I heard that we're loaning Tuan Zebe out. Diego Dalot, he's leaving. He was out on loan with AC Milan. Andres Pereira, I think we're looking to get rid of him permanently. He was out on loan with Lazio. Jesse Lingard, he's another player that he's probably going to be leaving Man United. I think West Ham are close to getting him. Last season, Jesse Lingard was out on loan to West Ham, and he did very, very well whilst he was out on loan with West Ham, made a fantastic impact. I think we want around 25 million for Lingard. But West Ham have been struggling to meet that asking price. Not so long ago, it said Man United were going to offer Lingard a new 3-year contract worth £130,000 a week, and Lingard told Solskjaer in a meeting that he wants to stay at Man United. He's demanded regular game time. Lingard's current contract expires with us next year, I think. Paul Pogba could be leaving Man United in this summer transfer window. Now, it's said earlier on this week that Paul Pogba will decide on his future this week. So decide whether he's staying at Man United or going to PSG. Foot Mercato said that Pogba wants to join PSG this summer. Man United have set the asking price for Pogba. It's just £50 million. Says Man United could demand 4 players as part of the Paul Pogba swap deal with PSG. But PSG have stepped up their interest. Julian Lawns said the other day that PSG are considering a move, and Fabrizio Romano said the other week that PSG are interested in signing Pogba, and they've made contact with Paul Pogba's representatives. Mini Oriola's already held talks with PSG's president. PSG want to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. Kim Pembe said during the Euros that Pogba would be welcome to PSG. But he's had a long-running transfer saga, and only been linked with PSG. He's been linked to Real Madrid. He's been linked with his former club Juventus. He's been linked with Barca and Inter Milan before. Swap deals have been on the agenda, like I mentioned. The other week there was talks of a Varane and Pogba swap deal. I don't think Pogba would be included in the Varane deal. There was talks of a Cristiano Ronaldo and Paul Pogba swap deal. So there you go. Pogba's current contract expires next year because last season we triggered that 1 year extension on his contract. He said we actually fear losing Pogba on a free transfer. Sky Sports News said the other week that Man United were in ongoing talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract, and it did say we want to make Pogba the Premier League's highest paid player with a new 5-year contract worth £104 million. Pogba produced his best performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season. He's an imperative player and he does bring creativity to the team. At one point last season, he was out with a thigh injury for a while. Mino Raiola's obviously been desperate to get Pogba out of the club. Pogba's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. He's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. There's a good chance we're going to offload Donny van de Beek. It said the other week that Real Madrid wanted Van de Beek on loan as part of the Varane deal. I think we said we want around £2 million to loan Van de Beek out and around £25 million to get rid of him permanently. Van de Beek's only endured 1 full season at Man United, but quite clearly he's unhappy. I think Van de Beek's made like 36 appearances for us in all competitions. Most of them appearances come from the bench. It said before the Euros that Van de Beek was set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future, and he got ruled out of the Euros, didn't he, through injury. We got Van de Beek for £40 million from Ajax last year. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025. I think there's an option of a further year, and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. So there you go. There's a lot of players that are going to be staying at Man United, and I reckon there's quite a few players that have got long-term futures at the club. Now, recent reports have said that Anthony Martial is staying at Manchester United, which I am disappointed about. We need to sell Martial. A lot of United fans want him to go because he's no longer good enough to represent the club. And Solskjaer did mention that he's fed up of Martial's poor attitude. But Duncan Castles did say at one point that Martial had been offered to Real Madrid and a season-long loan with an option to buy was proposed. Martial's agent has been looking to move Martial away from Manchester United. Martial has been at Man United now for like 6 years. He's under contract with us until 2024. There's an option of a further year. He scored like 78 goals in 200 odd appearances in all competitions. We got Martial in a deal worth £58 million from Monaco back in 2015. Obviously add-ons were included, but Martial has had 2 good seasons. He was good in his debut season under Van Gaal, and he was good the season before last. Matic, I think he's staying now as well. I don't want Matic to stay because I've always had my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a slow player and he's ageing up, and analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United he's been inconsistent. He's enjoyed some good games but not many. Was it before the start of last season Matic signed a new 3-year contract with Man United? Matic has been with us now over 4 years. We got him in a deal worth £40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Obviously, Marcus Rashford's going to remain with us. There's aspects of Rashford's game though that's got to improve because he's endured his bad periods at Man United. And he's become injury prone as Rashford as well. We need to keep Marcus Rashford out on that left hand side because that's where he's more effective. Edison Cavani, we know he's staying at Man United for next season, which is good news from Man United perspective because Cavani's made a fantastic impact since he's come in. Romano said towards the end of last season that Cavani agreed a 1-year contract. Greenwood, obviously, he's staying at Man United. Greenwood's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad, despite him going a long period without scoring. Bruno Fernandes, obviously, he's staying with us. Fred, he will remain with us. Probably not long term though. McTominay, he'll stay with us. Luke Shaw's obviously going to be staying. Luke Shaw was our best player last season. In fact, he was the best left back in the Premier League. Harry Maguire's obviously going to stay with us. Eric Bailly's staying with us because Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024, towards the end of last season. Lindelof will stay with us for next season, but I don't think he's got a long-term future at the club. And Wan-Bissaka will obviously stay with us. Dean Henderson, I think he'll stay with us as well. He said not so long ago that Solskjaer's chosen Dean Henderson to be our #1 for next season. It's the right decision though. De Gea, he could stay with us. Daniel James, I'm not too sure about him. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. Take care, God bless, see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.